Strange. Okay, I'm back live again. Looks like I have sound now. That was weird. Yeah, so my sound was broken pretty badly. Alright, I think I'm back on track now. Should be live. Think I'm good. What does it say? Past the Fed balance sheet reaches 4 trillion. The expansion of the Federal Reserve balance sheet continues as 78 billion in temporary liquidity was added to the financial markets on Friday. Wow. After taking into account any stock compensation passed on to employees, the net purchase of U.S. stocks are expected to total $480 billion this year. A lot of interesting information over here. You guys down big, PCG up big, huh? Let's look at PCG, 15%. Gapped up higher after hours, up as high as 12.5. It's only at 11 right now. And you guys, oh wow, yeah, dang, got destroyed. We pretty much stopped looking at it after it. I think it down here it failed a few weeks ago. We took it off our list finally, but yeah, firmly lower. That lower high giving you the indication that things are not all good in Oz. That's kind of where we ended up. Tesla's still holding its own up here, up about 1%. Everyone liking the Cybertruck. I don't know about that. Just something to say. ENDP getting beaten. Absolutely destroyed. It was one of the few that was looking fairly decent, and it just all these stocks and highs are just caving in. You got to buy these things lower, which is difficult for me to do in the stock market. In crypto, we call that all the time, but I don't know. Stock market feels different because it closes. Visa still looking okay. Still chopping around its moving averages. Still, wow, big day on Friday. That must have been December. No, that shouldn't have been a quadruple witching Friday. Shouldn't have been options expiration. Just a big number of shares trading hands right there after hours. So that's a dark pool closing. How's PayPal doing? Let's go check out the global watch list. CGC. A couple big updates and some. Okay. This could be good. Look at this, guys. Look at this. I'm actually not super mad at this right now at all. All right, look at CGC. You got a big spike lower on elevated volume, and then you've got a big spike here, and then you've got a nice consolidation, and that's starting to break back up again. Let's see if there's any other MJs up here. VFF is an MJ. Tightening up a little bit on the right-hand side right there. That's looking pretty good. Cron. Pulling in a lot more than CGC did, unfortunately, but still a higher low overall. That one not as bullish, but the volume dried up more, so lots of signals all over the place. MJ, which is an ETF of all of them, taking a look like the weaker ones more than the stronger ones. But I wonder if they're just finding... I think they're looking for growth. There's not a lot of growth in this market right now. Honestly, it feels like all the reports coming out from the government are inflating economic numbers. Who would have thought? Let's just go top down here. So CGC obviously looking the best out of all the MJs so far, with a very nice day this morning. Of course, it could be news related. CEO stepping down. Zakulin announcing from board. David Klein as new CEO. I think that's just a... Yeah, that's not no details on that one. So potential there for some MJ companies to maybe get going. Stitch Fix trying to break out of a longer term consolidation. Right there today. Earnings are probably today too, right? Yep, of course they are. Earnings are today. Stitch Fix recently looks like there's a pocket pivot on Friday and a big move up today. So have to see what earnings do. This thing could just blast off or dump into the dirt. Welcome to stock market. Cron, Tilray, a lot of those MJ names right there. Holly. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Fuck. CGC looks like it may want to continue here, up 10%. May go for more. It's a pretty solid solid move this morning right there for CGC. VFF right here with a turnaround as well. So a couple of opportunities. Lumber liquidators right there having a slight pop above some moving averages. And actually a couple of nice pocket pivots here the past few days. This one could already be the entire move for the day the way it's popped up this morning. Up about 4%. NASDAQ up a third. Strange action overall. Horrible morning today. All right, what's down in the global list today? ENDP at the bottom of that list too. Straight down NIO, INMD caving in from the trend line, finding resistance this morning. So Trex take 2 grub. And Beyond Meat doesn't look very healthy. One may be about ready to fall off of the cliff. Little gap down on earnings and just no bounces. Just rejections everywhere. That's no bueno. Edward Life Sciences pulling back into the 50-day. That's that's an interesting one. Usually that's a buy point. This market's so weird these days. AMC save. DocuSign looking like it's wanting to go above the trend line. That's even on a down day. That's not too bad. Huya, not very good at all. Constellation Brands, Massey not doing too bad. Hardware holding tight. That's pretty good so far. AGS, CCC. That's not what I thought it was. FleetCor still looking pretty good, nice and tight up there. Not moving though. Nothing's moving. Obviously some MJ names this morning, but that's about it. The problem is a lot of those can stall out pretty quick. CGC, obviously, news about them this morning. They're the major beneficiary of this little move in MJ names this morning. So I'm not sure about these other ones that aren't CGC. Too extended to get involved, up 11%. Get a nice pullback intraday. Maybe you can find something intraday to get involved in. But you can see here, this thing can pull back significantly. Although we are through the 50-day moving average, which is pretty encouraging for the first time in a long time. You see it on the weekly, this blue line, there's your so you're breaking the 50-day, came back over here in May. and it's the first time we're above it since May. So that could lead to a trend shift. I'm not sure where your target would be. I guess you'd try to play it up here to this 200 period moving average. A failure up there would be fairly normal, but that's a lot of momentum needed to get up there. It's a huge gap between those two. I'm not sure if that's something that's even possible. Well, it's possible, but how likely is a whole different topic of conversation. Still extending out this morning. Pretty nice. They like that CEO news, I guess. This thing's super volatile. These options are crazy. Great volume today. Morning, Eli. And Stitch Fix continues its run there. So Stitch Fix over a trend line and a couple of moving averages. Earnings are today, though, so I don't know why everyone's loading up on Stitch Fix. Maybe everyone knows it's going to be good, but it's so dangerous. Up 6% so far. They've just rocketed since the open. Great volumes, too. It's already going to be a pocket pivot. We're only 30 minutes into the session. Crazy. So CGC getting a big 12% bump today off of news of a CEO and leadership change. Some board members leaving as well, so they're getting a huge bump. This one's going to be a pocket pivot again. This one's almost average volume. Only a half an hour into the trading session. Still extending too. I don't know why that's that exciting. Skyworks gapping up this morning. I'm not sure why this one's moving, but this gapped up into all-time high. Well, not all-time highs, but highs for this entire move. Extending out from a little base which it's been forming. Yeah, not a fully formed base by any stretch. Got to be some news or something. Okay, so Bank of America upgrades Skyworks and has a price target of 122. So that's your news on Skyworks today. Over here, Roku all over the place. VIP's another new high. Twitter Funko. Paylocity not doing too bad. Actually able to kind of hold higher here. Pulled back only to the 20-day moving average the other day with the rest of the markets before curling back up, maybe trying to make a new highs in quick fashion. That could be a buy with your stop, probably at the 20-day moving average right there, which right now is about 115. It's about a 4.5% stop on that one potentially, as it continues a nice run. So far, so good, and could have another leg to it for Paylocity. Let's look at this one. Now let's see if we continue this run. Maybe holding that will get up to about 130 or so by the end of the year. If we take the general trend here, try to transpose it. Yeah, 130 by the end of the year seems pretty. Yeah. Not very good. Cisco, Noah, Etsy. Garmin holding pretty nicely up there. INS squeezing out there above some averages. We're back down into the middle of the fray here, the 0.68% ones. All right, Facebook. Yeah, Facebook not too bad. Facebook's still doing really well. Apple, phenomenal. No one's selling their Apple. Does Microsoft come back? Yep, pretty much right back. Right back to highs for the mega caps. Berkshire Hathaway about to have an all-time high breakout. Wow. That may be a straight up cup and handle for Warren Buffett here. With a nice little handle right there. Buy you some BRK for the breakout. Wonder what a run on Berkshire Hathaway would even look like. If you're looking at a 20% run for Berkshire, you're looking at about a 20% run for the market. That's going to put you at the 250 level. Yeah. How would that look? Let's look at that. Wow, that would not make much at all in the options market. That is unexpected for a stock that really hasn't had a lot of volatility. All right, back down to the actionable list. Skyworks, didn't we have? Oh, I think I took the MJ names off the actionable list. MJ itself is up here, though. Getting a little bit of a bounce, but overall, I think we're still in the holding pattern for China news, and so I don't think we're going to get anything rallying too much. Actually, Alibaba, speaking of China, this one's been doing really well. Probably based on the... Look at these nice big volume spikes stepping in here. I think this could get a huge boost if China stuff goes well. We're already almost back up to the highs from my... I mean, it didn't have very far to go. Basically from 190 up here to 211. We're at 203, so not a long way to go here. But Alibaba, with a pretty strong expansion of moving averages and able to get over a trend line. It's a little bit extended up here. And it's kind of extended up here, but not too... looks good. Just gotta say, looks good. Lots of pocket pivots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pocket pivots in a month. That's pretty impressive. Look at where all these days are closing, too. My volume aggregation tool would eat the crap out of this chart. Let's see what it says. Ooh, Bitcoin trying to break. Oh, it just tried to break out. You son of a bitch. Oh, 8:10 already? Ugh. Sorry, guys. Let's go to the daily, check out the VA tool. Yeah, as of late, right there, nothing but buyers recently. Sellers are drifting away. Thought it'd be a little bit more bullish than that, but not so much. That would be your trend line break. Yeah, nice squeeze going on there. Yeah, this one looks like it's just going to continue. I think I've just gotten too used to candles. We have to change Thinkorswim over to candles. Time axis. Here we go. I may just have to stick. I'll try candles on this for a while. See how it goes. Yeah. All right, guys, I got to get out of here, though. Alibaba looking pretty good with some decent China news that's kind of been coming out. Look for some Chinese names. Alibaba is the best that I've seen recently. Other than that, we're still kind of chopping around. DGD really pulling in here. 3% more, undercutting that gap significantly. And then our NASDAQ just 0.23%, nothing insane. I don't know, I'm kind of happy being in the TQQQs with all these stocks behaving oddly. A lot of algo trading these days. Well, Tesla's looking good at least. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Should have a better start to the day. I had a horrible start today. Everything was... Had to help the kids get up, and then had problems with the microphone. I stopped the stream. It was pretty bad. So, all right, everyone. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day out there. Waiting on some China news. Then we'll get a nice bull run for a few months here. Hopefully, that would be awesome. Let's wait for that. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow.